by Perez Tire Center, Aces Bail Bonds, Miranda & Sons Automotive, Bridgeport Auto Glass, Ramirez Spanish Restaurant, Haas Funeral Home.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Super Elite Entertainment. As you already know, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez, and we are here broadcasting from the Super Elite Entertainment Studio, which is located in the great city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Really excited to be back here. I've been broadcasting out of my house for the last couple of weeks, and I've been missing, being here, sitting on my own personal hot seat, especially with an actual guest seated beside me. I've been broadcasting from home, and I've been having my guests remotely on the show. But tonight we decided, hey man, let's open up the doors, even though we're still following the rules and the regulations and the restrictions that the government has put out there. But I decided to open up the studio and open it up with an amazing guest tonight, man. I'm sure that a lot of you guys are tuning in because I have Grammy award-winning music producer Edwin Ramos from ER Music and also from Platinum Room Recorders, located here in the city of Bridgeport. Edwin Ramos is here in the studio tonight, and we are gonna have a blast, you guys. I'm telling you, don't go anywhere because we're gonna have a good time. If you're listening to us tonight on our podcast, whether it's Anchor, Spotify, Apple, Public Radio, I want to welcome you into the show tonight. Thank you for your support. If you're watching it right now, please click that share button and share this live broadcast into your timeline. Also, what I really want to do, I want to remind you guys, listen, we just started a brand new show, and it's called Praying with Music. Brand new show we started a couple of weeks ago. Ever since COVID-19 started affecting our communities, so I was stirred and led by, I believe, the Spirit of God to establish and to make a show called Praying with Music, and the show has been really productive. A lot of you guys been tuning in and watching the show. So I just want to remind you guys that every Saturday night at 8 p.m. we are having a show called Praying with Music, and I'm going to encourage you to tune in this Saturday night because the list of musicians that are going to be aired on the show is going to be amazing. So if you get a chance, this Saturday night is going to be 2 hours of praying with music of edification, music that that adores God and just gives you some hope and some inspiration and some encouragement. I need to remind you guys that if you're anywhere in the state of Connecticut, come on down and visit Perez Tire Center, which is located at 72 Knowlton Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Perez Tire Center is slashing the competition with a full vehicle $45 alignment. So if you need new rims and tires, visit PerezTireCenter.com. Aces Bail Bond, Yasmin Khan, quick response 24/7, easy payment, 203-257-6228, y también se habla español. So if you need their services, contact Yasmin Khan at Aces Bail Bond. Also, I need to mention Evolution Sports Bar, located at 1279 North Avenue in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Evolution Sports Bar right now is currently closed due to the restrictions of the government because of COVID-19, but Evolution Sports Bar will be opening up as soon as those restrictions are lifted. Miranda & Sons Automotive. If you need new brakes, electrical system, diagnostic check, head gasket, AC service, tune-ups, front end struts, full general auto repairs, contact Louis Miranda at Miranda & Sons Automotive at 203-290-4883. Spark City Smoke and Vape Shop, which is located at 815 Lafayette Boulevard in downtown Bridgeport. They have the best cigars you can possibly find in the city. So if you need a cigar, lotto tickets, tobacco products, vaping products, if you want to just show up and hang out in the lounge and smoke your cigar, you can come on down to Spark City Smoke and Vape where they feature the best cigars you can possibly find in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Also, Ramirez Spanish Restaurant, specializing in seafood y churrasco, located at 1234 East Main Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you need some lunch, some dinner, wine, takeout, catering, delivery, is all available right there at Ramirez Spanish Restaurant. And finally, Bridgeport Auto Glass. If you need new fresh glass installed on your vehicle, contact Pedro at Bridgeport Auto Glass or visit www.bridgeportautoglassshop.com. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. I'm so excited to be here broadcasting live from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. I have a legend here in the studio with me tonight. A legend, all right, named Edwin Ramos from Platinum Room Recorders. All right, let me get it right. Platinum Room Recorders, which is a high-end recording studio right here in downtown Bridgeport. He's on the hot seat with me. When we come back from this commercial break, Edwin Ramos will be joining me. Again, share this live broadcast to your timeline. Let someone know that we're broadcasting live from one of the greatest cities in the state of Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. We'll be right back momentarily from this commercial break, guys.
Antes de comer algo, cuando toca cualquier cosa, y si abres una puerta, para que el coronavirus vea que somos bacanos. Ya, cero besitos, cero apretón de mano, cubrirnos la boca si todos nos estornudamos. No podemos tocar la cosa sin protección y evitemos en lugares públicos aglomeración. Si tú de verdad me quieres, salúdame de lejito. Es la mejor muestra de afecto que yo necesito. Unidos podemos, cuidémonos todito. Y a ese virus le ganamos trabajando en equipo.
All right, you guys, and welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. We're broadcasting from the best city in the state of Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Not taking anything away from Hartford and New Haven and Waterbury. All right, I feel you, and I know that there's some of you out there watching live right now. If you're watching way out in Puerto Rico, if you're in Arizona, if you're in Florida, doesn't matter where you are. I just want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, we have an amazing guest named Edwin Ramos here in the studio. And what I want to do right now is I want to read a brief introduction of who he is. Edwin Ramos is a music producer, engineer for over 20 years. His credits include 4 Grammy nominations, including a nomination in 2018 for Engineer Latin Jazz Album of the Year. His credits also include 2 motion picture soundtracks, music placements in reality shows as Jersey Shore on MTV, Single Ladies for VH1, and Say Yes to the Dress, which is on Lifetime TV. 2 #1 Billboard albums, gold and multi-platinum. Edwin is also a voting member for the Grammys New York chapter, and he is currently building his music publishing catalog of more than 150 songs. So, without further ado, I present to you Mr. Edwin Ramos. How you doing, Ed?
I'm good, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. You have a beautiful studio here, so it's good to be back in your place. You know, I know how you feel because I miss my studio. Although I kind of, made studio my, temporary living quarters. I love being there because it's comfortable and it's a great working environment for me. So I know what you're going through.
Absolutely, man. There's nothing like being in your own establishment, and you have your own rules and you can do things the way you want to do it. So. Right. And not to mention, I just spent some time with you yesterday at your studio, and I have to take my hat off to you and congratulate you because you just recently opened Platinum Room Recorders, which is located right in downtown Bridgeport. Right. High-end professional studio, and the quality of work that you produce there is amazing, man. So I just want to say congratulations on your new establishment.
Thank you. It's a labor of love for me, and a way to grow. So I've gone from one location to another location to another. But if you look at the locations, you could see the progress from location 1 to location 2 to location 3, and it's just really trying to become better and give my clients that the very best service that I can give them with the very best quality.
Yeah. And you know, Ed, the reason why I really wanted to bring you onto the show is because you're doing a great thing in the city. Not only are you on the national platform, and you know, you have ties pretty much worldwide, because everyone knows who Edwin Ramos is and the amount of music that you produce, because you work with big name platinum recording artists who put out amazing music. For example, you know, Grammy award-winning producer with Mary J. Blige, Omar Wilson, who's on the rise right now from Connecticut, Judy Gonzalez. So the thing I like about you is you work with big names and you work with up-and-coming artists who are trying to get their name out there.
Right.
So,
yeah, you know, it's, you know, whether I have an A-list in my studio or someone that lives around the corner, even here somewhere in the state of Connecticut, they all get the same attention to detail in how you know, whether I'm producing or engineering a project, everybody gets the same amount of energy and experience and expertise from me. So
yeah,
I try to give my all. I try to do the best I can and give my all, and you know, not take away, but to add to the project.
Absolutely. And you know, we're gonna talk more about platinum room recorders, and we're gonna talk about ER music, and we're gonna talk about all the different talent that you work with and some of the projects that you have up and coming. But what I want to do right now is I want you to introduce yourself to the viewing audience. Besides, you know, platinum room recorders, besides ER music, let's tell the people about who Edwin Ramos is and where you come from.
Sure. Well, you know, born and raised here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm a product of the public school system here in Bridgeport. Graduated from Bassick High School, so I know there's a few Bassick High School alumnus watching right now.
I'm Harding.
Okay, so and you know what? That was that public school system. You know, for me, is what gave me my start. Really, at the end of the day, the resources were available then. You know, for me to be able to join the band and pick an instrument and learn how to play and read music and so on. I believe my high school teacher, my band director, is probably on watching as well.
Oh, really?
So if he is, John Pearson, thank you again for being my teacher. The greatest teacher. Like, I used to skip class. You know, I was like, Ed, where are you supposed to be? Math class? No. You know, I'm skipping, you know, to go to the band room, you know. So it was that became really, really funny because he knew I was skipping class. He, you know, but he didn't, you know, he's like, okay, sure, whatever, just go in the room and practice. So that's what I would do.
So you grew up in the city of Bridgeport,
yeah,
and that's why I keep telling people every show that great things do come out of our city. You know, and I love the fact that you're a Latino. That means a lot to me because I love to see, you know, influential Latino individual, whether you're man or woman, come out of our city. So you went to Bassick High School, and you stated that you were part of the band. You learned how to play instruments. You learned how to read music. So that was the beginning, the birthing stage towards your passion of what it is that you do right now.
Correct. I mean, that's where I really realized that music was going to be a very big part of my life, you know, and it was going to be a huge, I mean, it just had such an impact in my life, being a musician, knowing how to play my instrument and reading music and so on and so forth. The more I learned, the more I wanted to learn, and it just kind of propagated from there, you know. And I became a very good trumpet player. That was the instrument that I chose to play, and I fell in love with the trumpet and just with music in general, you know, just knowing how to you know interact with other musicians, not just trumpet players, but you know, flute players and everybody across the board. And I just found that very interesting to me. I then started recording. I think I was still in high school, and I started recording with a local salsa band. They were called, at the time, I think now they're called Vinny and Ray, but at the time they were called La Presión.
Okay.
La Presión Latina, something like that. And I joined them. They kind of recruited me, and they're like, hey, man, you got some chops, you know. Would you like to play with our band? I'm like, sure, you know. I'm still in high school, and I played, and we started playing, like, everywhere. You know, we played in New York City alongside some really, really big names, and So I saw myself just becoming this musician that I never thought I would ever have the opportunity to become. And so the more I did that, the deeper in love I fell with the art of being a musician. And so, I kept studying my music, and until we started recording for the first time, which is the first time I've ever been in a recording studio. And I remember that walking into the studio, I was really well rehearsed, getting ready to record my parts, and I pull out my trumpet, I record my parts, and I just walk. After I'm done with what I'm doing, I walk into the control room, and there's this guy sitting behind this big old console. And at that moment, for me, the lights went on, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to do something. I want to be whatever he's doing, whatever he is, I want to do that. I want to be able to have, at some point later on in the future, some kind of control over my music, how it sounded, and how it gets recorded, and so on and so forth. I just found it very fascinating.
Wow.
And so that's what I did. That kind of led me to that. Now, of course, over the course of time, it didn't happen like that. I went on to record with a lot of other bands, and little by little started to transition from a trumpet player to piano player, and then started to compose music and get together with writers and so on to create songs, and that's a whole nother chapter there.
Wow, that's awesome, man. And coming from where you come from, because what part of the city of Bridgeport did you grow up in?
Well, my mother was like, they called her the nomad, because she was all over the place,
all over the city.
We lived on the east side. When I was born, we lived, I don't know if you know that new Oysters, that oyster bar?
Boca Bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where that building is right now, my house used to be there. So sometimes I'll go to right across the street, the Starbucks coffee, and I'm sipping on my coffee. I'm like parked at the parking lot facing that building, and thinking, wow, when I was born, that's where I used to live. And so I do tell that story when I'm with some of my clients when we make our coffee runs.
So you was by the
marina,
the marina that was here, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I used to. Our backyard was the marina, so we used to, as a kid, we used to jump the fence, get into the boats, and we used to start. We used to take. I can't believe I'm confessing this now, but we used to take
the CB radios.
No, not the CB radios, but the first aid. Not the first aid kit. The emergency kits.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Well, I forgot what you call those. The flare
guns. Yeah. We took the flare guns. I remember one time we took one of those. My brother took the gun. Or was it me? I'm not sure. We jumped the fence. We went into our little clubhouse that we had in the what is that? The basement. Okay, and we're playing with our friends, and all of a sudden, my brother pulls out the gun and says, "Yo, check it out!" And he shoots this flare gun into my mother's laundry.
Oh,
so we have this incredibly red light in there and smoking. My mother's like, "Mira que lo que está pasando allá abajo." I'm like, "Oh my god." We put it out. We're stopping it. There's smoke everywhere. We run out of the basement. The time when when you go to the basement, there's these doors that you can push up.
Oh yeah.
To get out. And so we ran out of there like a bat out of hell, and it was the funniest thing. But anyways, that house was where that oyster bar is now. So
wow,
a lot of good memories in there.
Absolutely. It's funny because that's my neighborhood as well. Because I grew up. I mean, I used to live in PT and stuff like that, but that's my neighborhood because I grew up on Sherman Street, which is right off of Nichols and Waterview.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we used to hang out at the river. I don't know if you ever went down to the river, which was over there. And we used to fish off the little bridge right there by your house.
Yeah, right over. Yep, right over
Stratford Avenue Bridge.
Avenue. Yeah.
We used to climb underneath the bridge. And we used to sit on the little pillars that were there.
Yeah, there was these like little wooden pillars.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, I got in there. Trust me. I did all kinds of crazy. I got into a lot of shenanigans at that age, around that side of town. But to answer your question, that was where I was born, and I lived there for a few years. Later on, as I got older, and then we moved over to the West End, which is the Warden Avenue, Railroad Avenue exit, right across the street from Winfield Park. If anybody knows the famous Chico's Cafe on a corner there.
Absolutely. Oh.
All of my friends say, "Yo, man, my dad used to hang out there."
I think we all know that place. A matter of fact, when we were kids, we used to. All right, it's time for me to confess a little something. We used to go to the front door, open, look in, and then run.
So that's how I know you. Yeah, everyone has stories. Everybody has stories about that. Yeah, I used to run around, and we used to go and just kind of look, open the door, just take a peek and run. So that, I remember those days. It was a lot of good memories there too. Across the street, Winfield Park, and the school, Bassick High School, was just right around the corner from there. So we used to walk to school every day, and it was some good times,
Absolutely, man.
Good times.
So again, for you guys that are watching, if you just started to tune in right now, who I have here in the studio with me, sitting on the hot seat, is Grammy award-winning music producer Edwin Ramos, owner of ER Music and Platinum Room Recorders, as you can see, and that shirt is fire. As a matter of fact, Edwin, let me put that on the screen, because I want the people to know that shirt right now is available on your website, which is right there.
There it is.
So all they got to do is go onto your website, which is
platinumroomrecorders.com. You can order your shirt there. They're $25. We have another version of this shirt, which is the one I'm wearing right now with the foil. A friend of mine and his wife, they're running a fantastic shirt business. So if you want to order anything from there, I think it's the CastilloEmpire.com. I hope I'm okay. Hold on, I think, because I just got knocked off. But anyways, you can order the shirts there. CastilloEmpire.com. If you have your own designs that you want to submit to him, they make really fantastic shirts. They made these for me. I just provided them with the logo, and they just kind of just printed them on the shirts, and that's how we're doing this now. Perfect,
man. So if you guys get a chance, show your support. Go on to Mr. Edwin Ramos' website, which I should say is your website is really nice.
Thank you.
Job well done. I mean, as soon as you click on it, it's going to capture your attention. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, click on that store page, and make your purchase, man. And I guarantee I'm going to get myself a shirt as well. So Ed, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break, all right? All right, so for you guys that are watching, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. My name is Jason Rodriguez. I'm the host of this show. Our studio, which is Super Elite Entertainment Studio, is located right here in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And on the hot seat tonight is Grammy Award-winning music producer Edwin Ramos. When we come back momentarily from this commercial break. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Spark City Smoke and Vape, located at 815 Lafayette Boulevard, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
All right, you guys, and welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. We are having an amazing time here in our studio, which is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you're just tuning in, I have Edwin Ramos, Grammy Award music producer, here in the studio sitting on the hot seat. Please click that share button and share this live broadcast to your timeline. We're having a good time. I hope that you're getting some encouragement, some information, because Edwin is not only here to talk about, the level of service he provides there at his studio, but he's here to talk about himself and his background and his personal experience. So without further ado, we bring back Mr. Edwin Ramos.
Thank you.
All right,
good
man.
To be here, yeah.
So how you feeling so far, Ed?
So far, so good. A little bit nervous, I think I texted my friends. I'm like, hey man, I'm a little bit nervous. They're like, you got this.
But listen, it's not easy when the lights are all on you and you got all the cameras in front of you. It can be a bit intimidating. And I do this every week, and I feel the intimidation. So I can imagine, someone else that doesn't do it on a constant basis.
Of course. Yeah. Well, you make it look easy, man. I tell you, this is not easy, but you make it look easy.
Oh, thank you, man. So let's continue on.
I think where I left off was transitioning from trumpet player to learning how to play piano. I kind of taught myself how to play piano, just because I knew at some point I wanted to be, I wanted to get into the world of composition, and so obviously through my instruction on trumpet and knowing how to read music, and it was just easier for me to pick up piano, and I used to pick up some sheet music, just pop stuff, easy stuff that I knew I could play, and started playing chord progressions and so on, and so that little by little I just kind of taught myself how to do that. So I'm no piano player, by any means or stretch of the imagination, not trained in any way, but I do play my own music when I record, like if I have to any kind of synthesizer work or very simple piano chord work, I'll do it myself.
Nice.
But I mean, I'm a good enough musician to know that I'm going to need a better musician than myself to do the things that are much more complicated, that require a lot more piano chops.
Yeah.
So, I got into doing some production work, after, learning, going through years of just kind of cultivating that love for composition. Then working with other writers and other musicians and other producers, and little by little just kind of put a studio together, and I knew that I had a pretty good ear with sound as well. So not only was I growing as a musician, a producer, a composer, but I was also growing in as a technical engineer, and I just had a natural ear to knowing what sounded good and what needed to sound, in any specific way. But I kind of took me to another road, as an engineer. So I was also, so I had revenue coming in from production, then I had revenue coming in from the technical side, which was the engineering. And then I became a mixer, and then now we're doing some mastering. So now we're taking care of every aspect from start to finish on any project that I get.
What was it like when what was your first studio like? Like, what was that all about?
My first studio was here on the other side of Bridgeport here, right off of, I think it was on Nutmeg Road. It was a an attic, a very small, one of those capes where when you go to the attic, I mean, when you
can only stand in the middle.
Right, you can only stand in the middle because if you walked over, the ceiling's doing this. So I'm like, okay, this is going to work. I'm going to do this, and then the windows. You know how the windows are very, so the ceiling goes like this, but if there's a window up there, there's like a hole, and so I made that, kind of enclosed it and made it my vocal booth.
Oh, wow.
And so that worked for me. I had a little, I think it was a Mackie 1604 little mixer that I was using with a couple of ADATs and some, keyboard and synth modules. And that's how I started pretty much. I started to kind of, the word got around that I was really producing some really, really good sounds out of this studio that I had there in my attic. So I started getting a lot of people. A lot of people, and little by little that clientele grew and grew and grew, and started to trust, okay, well, this guy really has a great ear for things. And
what was your first song like? The very first song you produced, what was that like?
The very first song I produced was something I did for myself, playing trumpet. And I went to a local studio here, right here on Lenox Avenue. His name was Paul Avgerinos. Who's I think Grammy Award. Yeah, I believe he just picked up his first Grammy Award for world music.
Wow!
So if you put on the Spa channel on your XM radio, a lot of his music is there. He does a lot of stuff with Deepak Chopra and a lot of projects like that. But anyways, he had a studio, very small little studio here in Bridgeport, and I remember going to his studio and say, "Hey, listen, I have a song that I want to do, and I want to play it with my trumpet. I have the music already, kind of mapped out and arranged. I want to go in there and play my trumpet as the melody." And I went in there, I recorded it. It sounded amazing, and that was my first song.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. So what we're going to do is, Ed, we're going to jump in my car.
Okay.
All right? We're going to jump in my car.
Okay.
And we're going to take a drive right around the corner, because you're right around the corner from me.
right out.
Yeah, right out there. And we're gonna take a little ride down to your studio.
Cool.
So for you guys that are watching, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little ride down to Platinum Room Recorders music studio, which is Edwin Ramos studio, located right here in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Is on Middle Street.
Right, 115 Middle Street. We're right across the street from the post office, so definitely come through. And there's a phone number. Go to the website. My website has all the information, the address. It's got the phone number. If you want to take a tour, please do. Call, make an appointment, and we'll definitely be more than happy to take you through.
Absolutely. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick tour of your facility. A brief tour is not long, and we're gonna come back after we get done at your place, and we're gonna continue on with the interview. We're gonna talk more about the services you provide.
Sure.
You want to mention fees and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk about a little bit about everything.
Sure.
And some of the projects that you have coming up, and also want to mention some of the big names that you have worked with.
Sure.
Because I don't have a low end music producer here in my studio tonight. I have a high-end music producer, Grammy award-winning music producer. Make myself clear.
Thank you.
Mr. Edwin Ramos. And we're going to take a ride down to his studio right now. All right, guys? So don't go anywhere. We're going to be watching this footage right with you. So enjoy. Here we go. You ready, Ed?
Let's do this.
All right, let's go down to your studio. Here we go, guys. Amazing security here. Again, we are at ER Music Studios, downtown Bridgeport, 115 Middle Street, downtown Bridgeport, to meet with Edwin Ramos, Grammy award-winning music producer. I'm excited about this. This is his brand new studio located right here in downtown Bridgeport.
Hey,
Edwin,
hey.
How you doing, man?
Welcome to Platinum Room Recorders. Come on in. Welcome to my domain.
Excellent, Edwin, man. Such an honor to be here. First of all, I got to say I love the security.
Yeah. You get stopped at the door down there.
Yeah, I see. I was debating which button I should press, so I picked the right one.
Yes, you did.
All right, so
Yes, you did.
we're here. We're going to go on a tour of ER Music Studio, which is located at 115 Middle Street, right here in downtown Bridgeport. Take us on that tour.
All right. Well, this is the main hallway here. None of this looked like this when I moved in here. This place has been redone and overhauled. So I put a lot of time and all kinds of resources behind the building of this place here. But this is the main corridor here. This is where I have all of the accomplishments, if you want to call it that. This is I think this is Mary. The No More Drama album that when it went gold, 500,000 copies. Some of my local artists here as well, but this is Mary here at 1 million. So I think she sold about 4 million total on this record here. This one is the Angie Stone Mahogany Soul album. We sold about 500,000. Actually, I think it went platinum. I don't have the platinum one here right now, but this is one of the Grammy award certificates that I got for the He Think I Don't Know, which is featured on the No More Drama album for Mary J. Blige. This is the one that actually won the Grammy. That's just the nomination certificate. This is the Mary album. This one sold about 3 million copies worldwide, 3 or 4, something like that. But this is a multi-platinum award album thing. And then this one right here is the Mary album, because that album also got nominated for Album of the Year. I have 3 more of the Grammy certificates that I don't have right now, and a lot more of the platinums and a couple of gold records that I don't have here at the moment. Ali, the soundtrack for Ali, and quite a few other, couple of the gospel records as well, Trinity 5-7 that I worked on that's not here. So we're still kind of trying to put it all together. This here is, don't mind the mess. We're still in the process of building the studio. But this is a little small production room here that we kind of use as a storage area as well. But this is what I was telling you about. Just kind of putting all of the reinforcement around the window. These windows I had custom made for the studio here.
If I should say, your place looks really amazing, because you just recently opened. You haven't been here too long. You were located at another location in the city of Bridgeport, and You established yourself, re-established yourself right here.
Right.
And I got to say, you have done an outstanding job, Ed.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, it took a while to get here, but we're here, so we're gonna make the most of it. You know, this is a little lounge area where people can come and just chill while I'm mixing. Sometimes my sessions come with about 10 people, and they make a lot of noise, and I'll just say, "Hey, go watch some TV." This is where they come.
This is nice. Let me do a spin around here so people
sure.
can see. Yeah, beautiful artwork.
That is La Lupe. That is La Lupe. So as you come down this way, this is a kind of a multi-purpose room. I use it for tracking drums. We do percussion. We do horns in here. We do vocals as well.
Wow. So this is where all the magic is done.
This is where the vocal magic gets done. This is where drum magic gets done.
So I'm right here, you know, spitting, doing, you know, a little line. Yo, my name is J Rod.
That's it. That's absolutely. You got to throw on a pair of headphones and you can hear music being fed to you from the control room, which is right behind me. We'll go into that.
This is nice,
right now.
man.
Whew. We have a little patio back there. We'll show you in a minute.
So this is the main control. This is the heartbeat of the studio.
This is the heart of the studio, absolutely. So this is where the magic happens right here. And so
This is amazing, man. Your equipment, super high end. This looks so expensive, so pricey right here, man. And I'm sure it is. That's why you produce the type of music that you.
Well, you know what? My clients deserve the best in quality. You know, and I kind of pride myself after so many years of just being in the business for so long, that, you know, upgrading as you go, you know, to be able to give you your clients the best quality. Then for me, I don't care about going in debt to be able to accommodate my clients in a world-class way. So that's why that is set up. This is a diffuser here. I actually put this together with my own two hands, with some help, of course, with my daughter and my son-in-law helped me kind of put this together. Some of my friends helped me kind of put it together, but most of it I did kind of on my own, you know.
Love the color.
Yeah, you know, it's wood. This is wood, and these things used to be about 8 feet long. And what I did was I cut them in 3 different sizes, and made 3 different surfaces, and I just kind of put a pattern together, and just kind of put it together. So if you look at it, these are really 4 feet by 2 feet, and then I did another 4 foot by 2 there, and so on and so forth. So there's 4 of those there. I kind of put it all together. It looks like one big unit. And there's pegboard in the back just to help with the sound.
Wow, this place is amazing.
And that's it. Here's the, you know, we have a bathroom here, of course. I mean, what's a place without a bathroom?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to show them the bathroom as well. Let them know you put a lot of time, money, and merchandise into making your bathroom. The thing I like about this bathroom is that you have a full shower right there. You know?
Excuse the mess.
No, it looks good. It's beautiful.
So, we also have a very comfortable bedroom there. I can't show you that because it's kind of a mess right now.
Wow.
This is a little patio area. We have some garbage accumulated over here because my garbage guy, because of this COVID thing, has been.
Wow. This is going to be nice. This is nice, man. In the summertime, you know?
Yeah, you know, we have a beautiful tent about to be put in. We have a little bar that I'm putting up. A couple of domino tables.
Oh, wow.
A nice grill.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You know, I'll be stopping by.
Yes, absolutely. That's it. You know, some of the artwork I got out at IKEA. Some of it was just kind of brought in by a friend of mine who collects art, actually. If you look at the art pieces inside the bathroom, that's all French.
So this is where all the exclusive mixes are made.
Yeah, this is it, man. This is it. We're running a 32 channel Icon from Avid, and we're also running an Apollo 16 Pro Tools Ultimate. I have a bit of out front end outboard gear that I use. I don't really use much because these days you really don't. Got a couple of Audience ASP 800s, the Avalon 737, which is a must-have when you're doing like vocal work or R&B or hip hop or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful thing for that. But I also use it for like recording bass, guitar, and when I'm miking, horns and percussion, stuff like that. So
wow.
It works really, really good with that. So
this is great, man.
Yeah.
So before we go, as want to let the people know that are watching right now that we are at ER Music Studios, which is located at 115 Middle Street.
Yep, 115 Middle Street here in Bridgeport. It's actually ER Music is a production company. The name of the studio is Platinum Room Recorders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Platinum Room Recorders, and that's it. We're here for any of your projects. If you need some professional attention, that's what we offer here. We offer the very best in quality anywhere around. Right now, I don't think there's another studio like this in Bridgeport, geared up with the experience. Because having gear is one thing, having the experience, that's another thing. Experience doesn't come in a plug-in, and it doesn't come in a book. That comes over time, with doing things for many times over and failing and succeeding and so on and so forth, and you just kind of streamline and your talent there. But I've been around for many years, worked with a lot of great people, and I continue to love working with new talent that's out there. So if you have something that you want to have special attention, definitely come through and talk to me. We'll talk.
Edwin, so before we go, for the viewing audience, let's give them a little flavor of what it is that you offer here in regards to sound. I mean, can you hit them off with a little something?
Let me see. I recently, because I'm actually working on a number of things right now, but I recently worked on mixing something more on the Latin, salsa.
Oh yeah.
This is Aunque No Soy, which is the Latin Heartbeat Orchestra. I think based out of northern Connecticut, up in Manchester and Hartford. But this is a little bit of that. I can't show you the whole thing.
¿Cómo me vas a comprender si estás llena de ilusiones? En verdad no puedes ver mis buenas intenciones. Lo que siento yo por ti no lo siente otro corazón. Si sigues así vas a perder mi admiración. Yo te aprecio con el alma, aunque me turbe la razón.
Perfect.
That's all I can show you.
That was just a little teaser, a little taste. Of what your studio offers right here in downtown Bridgeport, man. So Ed, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the tour. And we're going to head back over to my studio now.
Roger, let's go back.
All right. We'll be back momentarily. You guys don't go anywhere from this commercial break.
Peace.
Hi, welcome to Aces Bail Bonds.
Do you need information regarding bail bonds and the bail bond process? Contact us at Aces Bail Bonds, where we are happy to give you a free bail consultation. You are in capable hands with our reputable agency. For fast, reliable bail bond service, get out of jail fast with Aces Bail Bonds. You can save time and money by calling ahead. We'll have the forms ready for you, with everything handled privately, discreetly, and confidentially at our office. For fast, reliable bail bond service, call Aces Bail Bonds now.
Welcome to Ramirez Restaurant.
All right, you guys, and welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez, broadcasting from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Edwin, tell me what you think about the video we just watched.
I hate to see myself on TV. I hate to see myself on TV. But great job, man. I had a good time making that.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Do you want to let them in on the secret?
Go for it.
This happened last night. It didn't happen now.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm wearing a different shirt, but
yeah.
But it was really good the way he kind of put it all together. So
yeah.
I commend you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to get with you last night, because I wanted the viewing audience to see the type of facility you have right here in the city. A lot of people aren't aware of the fact that this is an amazing high-end music producing studio right here in downtown.
Sure.
And the quality of work that you put out is amazing.
Thank you.
Compared to no other.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to take, I wanted to tour your facility.
Sure. I mean, it's good to let people see,
Yeah.
It took me, almost 5 months to really put that together, because like I said, when I moved in there, it didn't look anything like that. It looked very empty and nothing like that. But that's the labor of love. That's what goes into doing what you do, what you love to do, So, I'm like, when I first went in there, before I even laid a finger on it, I saw the potential. I'm like, wow, you know what? I can make this into a really, really nice, comfortable, atmosphere, creative atmosphere. And, we're backing it up with the experience that we have, that we bring on to the projects that we take on. And, I'm pretty happy and proud of that. So
absolutely,
Platinum Room Recordings is here for you.
You already know. And what we're gonna do right now, Ed, is we're gonna acknowledge some of the people that's watching on Facebook, because we have a great amount of people that's watching live right now, and I want to thank all of you that are watching. If it's not for you tuning in on a weekly basis, we would not be able to do this. I would not be able to have my studio here. You would not be able to have your studio, and I would not be able to to produce the content I create, as well as you, without the viewing audience, without the support from the community. So we truly thank you for tuning in tonight. And let's see, I want to acknowledge a couple of people here, Ed. Michelle Cotto, she's saying, same here, I guess we can meet up. I'm not sure who she's having a conversation with. Yeah. Yasmin Reyes is saying, awesome looking good studio. So she says your studio looks really nice.
Thank you.
Donald Massey says that thing was a pain in the butt.
Donald Massey, yeah.
Did he do work in your studio?
Yes. No, actually, the studio before, 2 studios before this one, he helped me with that one as well. Thank you, Donald. It's good for you to come in and chime in. Michelle, thank you. I went to school with Michelle. We went to grade school together, and then went on to high school together.
Gotcha. We have Ricky Tellier is saying party at the studio soon.
Ricky's my representative out in Massachusetts. What's going on, Ricky?
Okay.
Nina Chalice, that's my daughter. That's my oldest daughter.
That's your daughter?
That's my oldest daughter,
She
Nina.
said, haha, right. He has more than just music skills. Great eye for interior designs and very handy. Go Pops.
That's right. I love my baby. Thank you, baby.
Yeah, man.
She helped me. I think I mentioned that she and my son-in-law love them both, so much. They helped me with that diffuser that I was talking about.
Yep.
And let me tell you, it was awesome to have them come in. And
we see the Wepa man out here too, Frankie Cologne. Out to check in. We see you, Frankie.
Okay. Salam Shabazz, she's in.
Shalom, yep, Shabazz.
I want to welcome her. That's Malcolm X's daughter.
Really?
That's Malcolm X's daughter. And thank you for tuning in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome.
Well, I'm honored.
Assalamu alaikum.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Humphrey Bogart, trust me, this is the place to go. Frankie Cologne, Wepa Salsa. Yasmin Reyes,
Frankie.
Love it, Salsa. They're all loving the Salsa clip.
Yeah.
The song that you produce, and I'm sure that's going to be available eventually soon in the near future.
Yes, I believe Willie Mendoza, who is the director of the orchestra, he's in. I think he's listening, and so much props to him and his project. It's coming along amazingly. So, and I'm excited to be part of it. So
Phil Mazzulapo says, my brother ER doing his thing.
That's Phil Mutsalupo. What's going on, brother? How are you, man? He's one of my good friends on Facebook. Always very supportive of everything I do, and I really appreciate that. Robert Cruz is also in there. Judy Lopez, who's Judy Gonzalez.
Judy Gonzalez.
Of course, she's married now, has a new last name. So She can't wait to get back in the studio. So I can't wait to start my new thing with her.
And I want Judy to know, every week for the last 5 weeks, we've been having a new show that I've been doing.
Yes.
It's called Praying with Music.
Yes.
And I've been playing her 2 music videos. So I don't know if you know that, Judy, but every Saturday night at 8 p.m. we have a new show for 2 hours live on Facebook, and your music has been aired for the last 5 weeks. And those 2 videos they're fire, man.
Yeah. 2 great songs. We're still working on some things with her, you know. Obviously going through some things in the past 2 years on a personal level has kind of put a damper on a lot of the projects that I've kind of embarked on, and that was one of them. So we're still gonna revisit some of that stuff and kind of re-release some of those songs, kind of get them remixed and kind of remastered and repackaged and put it out there for the world to hear again.
Absolutely.
You know? So, but Judy, I can't wait for you to get back in the studio, and we're gonna have a great time putting some new stuff together.
And those 2 songs, those 2 videos, every time I play them, Ed, the people that are watching go crazy with them. I mean, the response, the comments, the feedback is amazing. People love those 2 songs, man.
And she just had a baby too, so that was another reason why we had to kind of wait for some things. You know, let her stay home, be mom. And I think she's just itching to get out of the house now, you know.
I can imagine.
So I can imagine she's going to show up at the studio with the baby in hand. Okay, let's go to work, you know.
Yeah, so, Ed, you are also classified as a mentor. You like to help other people who are trying to grow in the industry. You like to introduce people to the trade that you have mastered. And those people who you have mentored out there have mentioned that you are a genius. When you hear that word genius, and I read it somewhere, that's why I'm bringing it up. When you hear someone says that Edwin Ramos is a genius in the music industry, how does that make you feel?
Well, I don't see that to be true. I don't see myself as that. Obviously,
everyone else does though.
I'm flattered by that. I try never to live to those expectations because I'm really not a genius. I like to think that I'm pretty good at what I do, and I have something to offer to your project, whatever it may be, musically related, obviously. But to be known as a genius, I don't know about that. A lot of people kind of throw that around. I don't think I'm a genius.
You're a genius. You're a genius.
Thank you. But humbled.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. I mean, you put in the hard work and dedication. You produce great quality, professional music. I mean, it all speaks for itself. All right, it all speaks for itself, and that's the outcome. That's the feedback that people are giving back on your behalf. And so I just had to mention that.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the genre of music that you like to produce. Do you like to just focus maybe primarily on Spanish music, or do you do across the board? You like hip hop, rap, R&B, rock, jazz, Latin jazz, salsa, freestyle? Or you do a little of everything?
You know what? That's a tough question. It's a good question, but it's a tough question to answer because I'm just such a musician. You know what I'm saying? I have some strong musical foundations, and it's hard for me to pick a genre. You know, I also like country. You know, a lot of people don't know that about me. That I listen to country music. I listen to Latin jazz. I listen to salsa. I listen to reggaeton. There's a little bit of everything that I listen to. I record a lot of that music. But I can't say that I have a favorite, because I'm just a music lover.
So you're versatile.
I'm versatile. I'm a music lover, and I love music. So that's where that ends, and I wouldn't know how to classify that.
Gotcha. All right.
So
All right. So what I want to do right now is I want you to mention a couple of the different types of services that you provide down at your studio. For example, and I keep telling you guys, go on to Edwin Ramos' website, and all the information is on there. But I have some of the stuff that I'm going to put on the screen right now. For example, Ed, studio services. That's our subject right now. Studio services, recording, mixing, and mastering, and more. So Start off there.
Okay. Well, the studio is set up where we're set up to handle all facets of the recording process. So if you have, let's say you have a song, you already have the music. You just need to record vocals, we'll record your vocals for you. You know, we'll mix it, we'll master it, and we'll send you home with a finished product. Let's say you need a production from start to finish. We also handle those projects as well. So whether they're, you know, rap or, you know, trap or, you know, reggaeton or salsa, whatever it is, we have the musicians. We have world-class musicians that I work with. I'm very proud to mention that I work with just really amazing musicians, and they're always a phone call away. And I can, you know, I think my clients are the benefactors of my connections with all of these great artists that I work with, because I could just pick up a phone call and there you go. We you know, at the touch of a button, I have a world-class musician on your record. And that goes a long way, especially with the clients. They really love that attention and the fact that I can make that connection. And you know, relationships are made like that, you know. So you never know who you get hooked up with, and later on you end up doing something outside of even me, you know. You guys meet again somewhere else, and then there you go. You just another part of the tree has just grown, and I'm just really happy to know that I've been able to make those connections for a lot of people.